Okay, guys, so we're now in our last topic, okay, in PE1. So, napag-aralan na natin before yung mga skills-related or health-related skills, and then um, gumawa rin kayo ng mga iba't ibang exercises as well as planning, okay, if you will be conducting your own exercise routine. So, this time, pag-aaralan natin yung specific skills, both the locomotor and the non-locomotor skills. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so we're talking about the fundamentals body movements. Okay, so you may not think much about simple body movements like walking, bending, or kicking a ball. However, fundamental body movements are the building blocks necessary for more complex activities. In sports, exercising, and dancing all requires a command of simple fundamental body movements. For that reason, students should master these movement concepts during early childhood. So, bata pa lang kayo, dapat na-perform nyo na yung mga fundamental movements. Of course, yung walking, bending, kicking the ball, carrying something, throwing, okay, running. Okay, study shows that students are more likely to stay active when fundamental body movements are mastered at that age. Kaya nga, habang bata kayo, okay, doon kayo tinuturuan ng iba't ibang sport. Okay, bata pa lang kayo, nasimulan na kayong mag-aral ng swimming o kaya ng martial arts, basketball. Okay? Kasi at a young age, magandang ma-fortify ang inyong katawan with regards to these fundamental movements. When fundamental body movements are not mastered at a young age, students are unable to participate in certain physical activities as they grow older. For example, a student who never learns to dribble a ball cannot later participate on the middle school basketball team. Okay, so yung mga skills na yan, okay, magandang mapag-aralan siya at an early age. So there are three main categories of fundamental body movements. Okay, nabanggit ko na to. The locomotor, the non-locomotor, and the manipulative. So let's talk about these different fundamental body movements. First, let's start with the locomotor movements. When you say locomotor movements, this refers to body movements that move from one place to another. Okay? They cause the body to travel. So, ibig sabihin, yung movement ninyo, yung mga ginagawa ninyo, if your body moves from one place to another, okay, yung exercises ninyo, okay, turns to moving from one place, okay, moving it to another, those are what we call locomotor movements. Okay, so there are 8 main locomotor movements. They are categorized as either even or uneven movements. Even rhythm movements consist of equal and varying action. Okay? These movements include, okay, walking. Okay? Siyempre, pag nagwa-walk kayo, okay, from one point, okay, na lakad kayo, napunta kayo sa ibang lugar. So that's a movement from one place to another. Running, hopping, leaping, and jumping. Okay? So, remember, there's a difference between hopping, leaping, and jumping. When you say hopping, okay, tumatalon kayo, okay, using one leg. When you say leaping, okay, tumatalon kayo, okay, at a time, okay, pataas, okay, pataas ang movement. So, the transference of place transference nyo from one point to a lower point to a higher point. That's leaping. While jumping, okay, tataas, bababa. Okay, nagmumove kayo. Okay, tumatalon-talon kayo para kayong bunny or para kayong palaka. So remember, when you talk about locomotor movements, these are skills or movements that move your body from one place to another. Now, when you talk about non-locomotor movements, okay, Non-locomotor movements are also sometimes called axial movements. They are movements of certain body parts or even the whole body without causing the body to travel. So, ibig sabihin nito, okay, so kabaliktaran siya ng locomotor. Non-locomotor, yung ginagawa mo, yung gagawin ng buong katawan mo, okay, nagmo-move siya. But it does not transfer or does not move your body from one place to another. Nasa yung gagawin ng katawan mo, okay, naka-steady ka pa rin sa pwesto mo. For example, swinging your arms back and forth. Okay? Nagsiswing yan. Okay? That's a non-locomotor movement. Okay? Hindi gumagalaw, hindi umaalis. Okay? So, there are different non-locomotor movements. Bending. Bend your body. Okay? Okay? So, gumalaw ang katawan mo, pero hindi ka naman umalis sa pwesto mo. Flexing. Stretching. Okay? Lifting, raising, twisting, swaying, swinging. So, yung pag mga movements nyo, okay, does not make your body move from one place to another, that's non-locomotor movements. Maliwanag din pagkakaiba ng dalawa. Ha? Now, when you talk about manipulative movement, manipulative skills involves moving or using an object with the hands or feet to achieve a goal or complete task. Some of the types of manipulative skills are pushing and pulling. Okay? They might be a wheel toy. So, okay, manipulative, okay, gumagalaw ka, okay, remember, whether pwede kang mag-move from one place to another, pwedeng naka-steady ka lang, but ang point nito, yung kamay mo, okay, o yung paa mo, may equipment na ginagamit, okay, in performing those exercises or those skills. So, lifting. O, syempre, pwede ka bang mag-lift nang wala kang hinahawakan? Di ba? Throwing. Okay? O, pwede ka bang magbabato? Okay, so pag nagbabato ka ng yan, wala kang binabato, that's non-locomotor. Pero kapag meron ka ng gamit o bagay na hawak at ibinabato mo siya, that is now manipulative. Okay? So, a volleyball, okay? Okay? Nagsisipa, okay? Catching, may sinasalo kayo, dribbling. Okay? So, remember, manipulative movements, okay? Pwede siyang gumagalaw from one place to another, pwedeng naka-steady siya. But ang point nito is that you need a particular object in performing those particular skills. So, that's what we call manipulative movements. Now, when you talk about non-locomotor skills, okay, we have this bracing the core. When you say bracing the core or midsection is actually natural for us. It is something we do when we first learn to move. It advances through the time we crawl, to stand, and walk. It is natural to us and is actually how our midsection is designed. Somewhere down the line, we forget this at the end up using these core muscles only for movement, not much at all. The muscles of the pelvic floor, internal and external oblique, rectus abdominis, erector spinae, multifidus, the transverse abdominis, the diaphragm are designed to give our midsection great bracing power. This in turn gives one of the weakest structural areas of the body great rigidity. Okay? So, bracing the core, ito yung movement mo, non-locomotor, hindi ko, okay? So, tumutupi yung buong katawan mo. Okay? That's why your body, your body is designed, okay, to bend. Okay? Okay? To bend, okay, into that kind of position. And we call it bracing the core. Okay? Next, we have the dead bug series. Dead bug. The dead bug exercise, okay, which looks like what it sounds, is one of the simplest moves out there when it comes to straightening your abs and core without putting extra strain on your back. That's because the dead bug exercise works your deep inner core, your transfers, love, and everything. So, kung tayo tumutupi, Okay? Yung pagtupi natin na ganyan, bracing the core. Okay? So, yun, nakakatupi ka. Now, when you say dead bug series, okay, you are lying on your back. Okay? Nakahiga ka. Okay? With your back. At yung katawan mo, okay, you are performing, okay, whatever with your hands, with your feet, okay, but they are in the air. Okay? So, parang nakahiga ka na, okay? Okay? So, mas parang, imagine mo yung patay na dagang naka, nakatihaya. Okay? So, both hands and feet are in the air. So, that's what you call the dead bugs series. Okay, the bird dog series. Some of the dead bugs series, well, same with the dead bug series. The bird dog series also develops and improves the abdominal muscle. The latter exercise is similar with the former, but instead of lying down, okay, face the ground. Start by imitating how the dog stands. Okay, so para kang naka-crawl, okay, hands on the ground, knees on the ground. Okay? Start imitating how a dog stands with the knees bent. Raise and extend one arm forward, and at the same time, raise and extend the alternate leg backward. So, kung nakapwesto ka nakaganyan, di ba, para ka naka-crawl, okay, dog. Pag nilift mo ang isang kamay, yung kabilang paa naman, so if you lift forward your right hand, okay, sisipa naman patalikod yung left foot. Okay? So alternate. So bababa yan, okay, dilift mo naman yung iyong left hand, stretch naman patalikod ang iyong right leg. Okay? So that is how you do the bird dog series. Press up or push up exercises. Okay, so you already know the press up or push up. Most popularly, the push up exercises is one of the best exercises to improve the arm strength and develop the chest muscles. Okay, so dito yan. There are different ways to execute this depending on each individual's push up strength. It is advisable for first timer to perform the beginner's push up, okay, which can be done in two ways. One is doing the push-up on the wall, and the other is the bent knee push-up. The proper push-up is for the advanced level. Once you are familiarized with the proper push-up, you can do many variation of these exercises. So, tatlong klaseng push-up pinapaalam natin. Alam natin yung normal na push-up. Okay? Yung naka-stretch yung kamay, tapos stretch ang paa sa likod, and then you bend your elbows, and then push yourself up. That's the regular. Okay, one variation, lalo na kapag nagsisimula ka, is you do that same, okay, pero nasa pader. Okay, hindi ka nasa sahig. Naka-push ka sa pader. You push yourself that way. Or another variation is that okay, kamay nasa sahig, pero instead na yung paa mo ay naka-stretch, okay, knees ang naka-bend ang knees, naka-touch sa ground. And then you push up. Okay, you perform the push up while your knees is bent and touching the ground. Okay? So those are the two variations of the original push up exercises. Okay? The scapular protraction and retraction. The scapular protraction and retraction is an exercise that concentrates on developing the upper back muscles, especially the scapular part. This exercise is not allowed for people with vertebrae scoliosis. This is because this exercise involves the spinal cord and may worsen the condition. So, paano ginagawa ang protraction and retraction? So, okay. So, assume the push-up position. Okay? Pero, okay, instead of bending your elbows, pushing yourself down, okay, you just push your body downward without bending the elbows. Nakuha niyo ako doon, ha? So, remember, pag push up, Okay? Lumalapit kayo kasi nagbe-bend ang elbows. The scapular protraction and retraction, steady lang siya, okay? Pero binababa mo yung katawan mo, okay? Okay? Without bending the elbow. So, yung parang likod mo, yun yung tumutupi. Okay? Mararamdaman mo, tumutupi yan. Okay? Binababa mo yung katawan mo, okay? That way, okay? Without bending the elbows. Of course, then, nakakita ko ginawa nyo na to, di ba? The plank series. The plank exercises, another exercise for the development of the core muscles. Okay? So, lahat para nakafocus sa core muscle natin. This exercise needs balance from the arms and feet. Its body position is almost the same as with the push-up, except for the arms. Instead of the hands facing the floor, the forearms and elbows are used. So, alam niyo na po, yan na pinagawa ko na sa inyo yung planking. Okay? So, nakaganyan kayo. Okay? Nakadapa kayo sa sahig. Okay? With your feet stretched outward. The squat series. A squat is an exercise for the development of the lower body, specifically for the hips. The exercise starts from a standing position. So, nakatayo ka. Okay? Kadalasan, may weight siya, such as loaded barbell, dumbbells. Okay? Depending on the preference. And for beginners, performing this exercise without the aforementioned equipment is recommended. So, paano yan? So, okay, from a standing position, okay, feet stretch outward, makahiwalay, and then you sit down, okay, with your body, with your torso straight up, okay? Hindi kayo, okay, so when you move your body, okay, when you squat, okay, hindi kayo gumaganon, okay? But, okay, straight down, okay? Okay. Bending your knees, okay, okay, to lower your body without, okay, bending your body forward. Okay, so that's the squat series. Okay. Dalawa yan. Minsan, binibilang yan. So, you squat 1, tatayo. Squat 2, tatayo. That's one series. That's one variation. Another is squat down. We call it the horse stance. Naka-stance kayo. And you hold it as long as you can. Okay, so remember, ang importante dyan is hindi kayo nagbe-bend forward. Your body, pag naka-squat, straight pa rin. Okay. Now, let's talk about the locomotor skills naman. Crawl and creep. Okay? Crawling and creeping are one of the basic movements that babies do. So, this time, you're going to perform, so when you talk about crawl and creep, gumagapang. Okay? Gumagapang. So, dalawang klase yan. Okay? Parang military. Gumagapang kayo using your forearms. Okay? Gumagapang kayo. Or, okay, nakalay kayong your body, okay, is flat on the ground. Okay? Tapos, okay, you try to crawl together. Bend using your feet and your legs together. Okay, so like I said, there are different types of crawling. Mas importante, okay, arms and knees, okay, are then used in creeping, using it to lift the upper body and butt to move. Okay. Crawling, gapang. Jump and landing series. Oh, syempre lahat kayo sigurado ako marunong tumalon. But many people knows how to jump but don't know how to land. Okay? Kadalasan kaya minsan nagkaka-injury. Okay? There's a proper way of landing. Okay? Proper landing requires landing on either both heels first or both toes first. Okay? So, kadalasan kasi kapag you try it yourself, pag kayo ba'y tumatalon at lumapag sa lupa, okay? Okay, yung toes, yung heels, di ba? Kapag tumalong kayo, flat, diretso, magkasama. No. Okay? Okay? So, the proper way of landing, everybody could jump. The proper way of landing is either you start with the toes, okay? Bend papunta sa heels, or bend sa heels papunta sa toes. Okay? Okay, landing on the heels and toes at the same time gives a negative impact on the lower body. Okay, to make sure there shouldn't be any noise when doing proper landing. Okay, if there is a noise, it means you landed on the heel and the toes at the same time. So pag may tunog yung bagsak mo, kapag talon mo, that means sabay mo nagawa. Sabay bumagsak yung sa lupa or kung saan man yung heels at saka ang iyong toes. Okay? Which is improper. If there is less to no noise, it means you landed on either either the heels or the toes first. Okay? So try yung practicing yung pagtatalon. Linear and lateral movements. A linear movement is moving forward in a straight line from one area to another. Some example of these are hop, skip, or leap. On the other hand, a lateral movement is moving sideward in a straight line from one area to another. So when you talk about lateral movement, this is the movement, okay, of your body, okay, from forward straight, okay? Hindi pa zigzag-zigzag na ganon. Pwede siyang paharap, pwede siyang paside. But remember, you try to move your body as linear as possible. Okay? So that's our lesson for today. Okay, so you just watch out for the link via Google Form for your quiz number 6. Now, for your final activity, yay! Let's make this a little bit fun. Okay, so create a music video. So choose a music, create a music video. Okay, with you executing the different non-locomotor or locomotor skills. Okay, so pumili ka. Okay, ano yung mga gagawin mo sa locomotor or sa non-locomotor skills, okay, na isasabay mo, okay, sa music video. Okay? Hindi, inulit ko, iba ang music video. Okay? That means yung movement mo ay naka-time ng husto dun sa beat or rhythm ng music. Okay? Kasi baka mamaya nag-exercise lang kayo na may background music. Hindi po music video ang tawag doon. Okay? You're just exercising with music. Okay? So create your own music video. Then I want you to upload that video to your YouTube and send the link via email at virgiliobarcena@gmail.com. Please don't forget to indicate your name and section. So with that, I hope all the activities na ipaperform ko, yung mga natutunan yung lesson, will be helpful in giving you a healthy and happy life. Lalo na sa panahon natin ngayon na pandemic. You need your body to be healthy. So I hope yung mga exercises na natutunan ninyo, yung mga pinapagawa ko, you may continue them, okay? Okay, as long as you can, okay, to maintain, okay, a very healthy body. So, thank you very much and stay safe, everyone.